Thanks for tuning us in. We are MuchMusic. My name is Bill Welychka. Just to let you know, all our holiday type seasonal videos, they are now locked up for another year. You're not going to see anything. I like the holiday season videos. But I know they were kind of overkill for a month. Anyway, they're locked up. You won't see them for another year. It's business as usual today, sort of. We're going to kind of delve deep into the vaults over the past year and kind of look at Bill's favorite stuff of the past 12 months. We're going to actually kick off with something that happened, well, a couple of things. One of my new favorite artists and one of my older favorite artists that happened earlier this year. Bill's favorite stuff of '95. This is a really big treat for me, and you know, I don't say that a lot, but this really is. Bob, thanks for coming by.
My pleasure.
I do appreciate it.
Okay.
I've shaken your hand. You can leave now.
Okay.
No, we really have to talk of this. Bob Seger's greatest hits. How do you look at greatest hits albums? I know some artists don't really look favorably on them because when you release an album, there's a thread. Maybe it's a collection of songs representing that point in your life.
Exactly.
Greatest hits album comes out and it picks apart that whole thread.
Yeah. I just look at it really as something for the people who want that sort of thing, you know, and it's just to be offered. We've been doing this now 25 years, and this is our first one. And the reason we wanted to do it was just for those people who want a collection, you know, starting from here to here. Looking back at almost 30 years of making music, does it ever cease to amaze you the power of a song? No. Meaning you must meet people all the time who come up to you and say, oh, man, that song brings back so many memories. Yeah, it's really great. Things like We've Got Tonight. I don't know how many people have told me that they fell in love to that and things like that. And old-time rock and roll, their kids dance to it in classes and things like that, you know. And it just all different comments for all different kinds of songs. Yeah.
It must be a neat feeling to be able to touch people.
It is, and I think that's what you strive to do. You really strive to find some kind of unique and hopefully original germ of originality, but universal, something universal that people have been through.
Most of the songs, to me, it's almost like a stream of consciousness. I'm throwing copper. Now, when you present the song to the band, do they ever question you? What is this song about?
I think lyrics always come last for us. The music and the song and the arrangement and the vibe of that comes around first. And then the lyrics are like almost an afterthought most of the time. As far as how I do it, it's just my life and stories that make me feel good, and don't try and calculate or to think about it too much.
Does the band ever question the lyrics when you write them down on paper? Do they have to ask you what it's about or anything?
Not really, no. I mean, they usually don't know what they're about until the record comes out and I write them down, pretty much. Because I mean, we don't really concentrate on it. It's more of a musical thing, and they're listening to my instrument, which is the voice, listening to that more than concentrating, I think, on the words.
Is that a problem with fans, maybe misinterpreting ideas?
People ask what it's about sometimes, and I don't have any answers for them generally.
And remember, don't ask the bass player what the song's about.
Hey, what's that one song about that's...
You know that song you guys do?
That's deep, man. What's that about?
What's that about?
I don't think the words would matter at all without the music. I think the people, when they attach themselves to the words, are really just saying that the music and the words got to them, and got to their heart. So the words get pulled out and singled out, but I think that it's the music is what makes people really feel the words.
And I cried my baby to sleep beside myself, my soul to keep. Right beside you, I sit right beside you, I stay right beside you, I'll be right beside you, always.
Reading a lot of reviews for Tongues and Tales. Everybody zeroed in on how beautiful you are, how beautiful your hair is, how sexy you are, how sexy the songs are. Did you ever get sick of that and say, look, I got a voice, I'm a good songwriter?
Yeah. Well, the only person who's ever mentioned my songwriting is somebody who sort of backhandedly mentioned it in a album, in a review in Spin. It would be it would be strange to mention her compositional skills when. And I said, strange to say, nobody's even touched on it, Yeah,
bother you?
I get sick of it. Hmm?
Does it bother? It's flattering
Yeah.
on one hand, but
It's not, though, to me. Well, first of all, the beauty aspect is so subjective. I don't consider that. When somebody says I'm beautiful, unless they're really deeply in love with me, I wouldn't care less. In fact, I think they might be insulting me in some way. And the other aspect of the sexuality, I mean, I think that women work that to death. And I'm really experimenting with other things now because I got bored of it. I got bored of being sexy and beautiful, although I never thought I was either of those things. I thought I had to be those things.
Yeah, I wish I was your lover. I'll rock you till the daylight comes. Make sure you are smiling and warm. I am everything. Tonight I'll be your mother.
So you still live in New York City, and I guess, well, obviously your job takes you to a lot of different places all over the world. What's your take on Banff?
Well, I've only been here since the morning, and so far... Well, that's my take on Banff. That guy with shorts right there. That's what it seems like. It seems like it's a party town.
Sophie, okay, what I'm getting at is those big things over there.
The mountains.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you want me to say something poetic, and
I do.
I'm absolutely not going to. I like that it's so big. I'll tell you the truth. This place reminds me of The Shining. Do you know that movie?
Stephen King wrote that book after staying in this hotel.
Are you serious?
I wouldn't lie to you. Who is Hootie, or does Hootie even exist?
He exists. I mean, so does the Blowfish. I mean, they're just a couple friends of mine from college that I gave the nicknames to, Hootie The Blowfish. And they exist. They live in Atlanta, actually. One of them wrote me a letter the other day. I got to give them a call. But yeah, they exist.
Did you have to get a lawyer or anything?
No, I gave them the nicknames. They're my names. You know, I don't. I mean, what could they do? You know, it's cool.
Now, how bad is it? Do people coming up to you, maybe not familiar totally with the band, they come up to you, Darius, and say, "Hey, look, it's Hootie."
That's my biggest pet peeve in life. It is, being called Hootie. I hate that. You know, I named the band, so I guess I brought it on myself, but I hate that. Man, I hate that. That's what's fun. Oh, boy.
Who's up?
Trying to save you during this.
Where'd it come from? The other side?
We could take them out.
We could take him out.
We could take them out.
That could make bloopers. Did you get that?
I almost caught it.
Where'd it come from?
Jason's got it there. Kimmel's got it.
Right there. Where? Stand right there or the other side?
No, stand right. I think he's that kid with the snowboard.
Let's kick their asses. No.
I'm in. I'll hold him up if you guys want to beat him.
want to hold the body up?
I'll
We'll
take
keep
out the first
talking.
three.
Somebody keep their eye on whoever throws it. So we just got pelted by a snowball, and Derry's looking at the guy, and I think he's going to kick the crap out of him. So to take your mind off of that, I know you're looking at that hill. You want to go skiing?
No.
Okay, this is for TV. Say, yeah, Bill, let's go skiing.
Yeah, Bill, let's go skiing.
Don't get mad, but I grew up to your music.
That's a tribute. I mean, we never very, very aware of the generation we came from, and very, very proud of our heritage and music we did, and the albums we did, and the tours we did, and it's great to find that people like yourself that are fans of ours are calling the shots.
Well, listening to Glittering Prize, Simple Minds' greatest hits album, '92, listening to that recently, and I reinforce what I always thought, and that's just how important Simple Minds' music was to a whole decade. And I know you don't want to harp on the past, but you got to be proud of that whole catalog.
Well, we are. I mean, we're very lucky in as much that I think we're one of the bands of our generation that doesn't get singled out, and we have some great company there, and people always ask, how do you think, your band gets singled out or whatever, and I look at the other bands of ilk kind of contemporaries, whether it was The Cure or Depeche Mode or U2, and this side of the pond, R.E.M., we all played live and toured, and because of that, I think we have a lot of fans that when they can come and see you live, it's the 3D, the whole thing becomes real. And so we're proud of the catalogue, we're proud of the tours, we're proud of the, and we've had such great fun. We're proud of the whole voyage. But having said that, when you put an album out, you're forced to put stuff in context, and so it's right that you talk about the past. But when we're in the trenches with the music, you know, we're not really thinking about the Mandela concerts or the Live Aids or the whatever. We're thinking about the next song. And the good thing about that, I think, is that it signifies that we don't lack any of that initial kind of desire to make music.
Shadow, let go, there's something you should know. I just found my new direction.
I think one of the best singles of the year was just released a couple of weeks ago. That would be Oasis Wonderwall, and they're due up. But first, we're looking at some of Bill's favorite stuff of 1995. Now, you know I'm a big country fan, but I found 1995 kind of slim pickings for good, listenable country stuff. What? I did. It was kind of a slim pickings year for country. A couple of highlights, though, was Dwight Yoakam's record and Garth's new record. And we talked to Garth just a couple of weeks ago, but a year ago he was right here in the Much environment, and the place was packed. Very incredible thing to see. Actually, let's see it. Welcome back to Much. Bill Welychka and a very important guest, a real cool guest, Garth Brooks. And this doesn't happen for everybody. The entire upper tier here at Much Music, filled with onlookers. I know you didn't have to do this.
My family, I recognize those people. Hi, Mom, hi, Dad.
For a moment, all the world was right. But how could I have known that you'd ever say goodbye? And now I'm glad I didn't know the way it all would end, the way it all would go.
Yeah, I don't look at us as being ahead or behind anybody. I think the answer, man, is just the two things that's always made the answer. It's God and the people. They just keep showing up for some reason for us, and every time we need them, we're there. So I don't know why they do it. I'm glad they do it. But I wish I had some brilliant answer for you, man, but I don't.
Can I offer one?
Yeah, sure.
Following your career since day one, I've always been attracted to the persona and your overall character. And I heard a quote recently, and that's, while most people are asking if it'll fly, Garth is already strapping on the wings, ready to jump off the cliff.
Wow. Cool.
You're not scared to take chances.
Well, that's a great compliment. And whoever said it, I think he or she who said it, that's the kind of life I want, man. I don't want to, when it's over, looking back wanting one more day. When it's over, I want it to say, God, I couldn't have lasted one more day. So I believe in doing things. I believe God gives you hands to work with them, a brain to think, and I want to drain them all.
I credit you as being one of the handful of people who really gave country a big boost. In '86 was what I consider the first big boom. Anything that happened after that in terms of sales, I can contribute to you and maybe a couple of other people. Has anybody come up to you and made that statement to you?
Well, I'm flattered if anybody thinks that, or that if we're acknowledged as influencing another generation of
you
listeners.
You can see it in Nashville
artists.
now. How many Dwight Yoakam wannabes coming out of Nashville?
But you know what? I can't engage in making those observations because it's, again, distracting, like analysis is, over-analysis. What I do and what living, I think, in LA has afforded me, in California, is a certain isolation that allows me to just focus on the task at hand, and every time that is creating music that inspires me to continue to want to make music and perform. And if I'm successful at inspiring myself, at somehow, inspiring myself, then I possibly have the chance of engaging someone else. That's what I want to do. I want to make stuff that inspires other people, that hopefully interests other people. And if in any way that has happened, that's a double, payoff. It's a bonus to being able to make music and make a living at it. And it's a blessing to have been able to do that. And that's doubly gratifying to find that if anybody thinks that, great. But I have to focus on, you know, this.
I couldn't change your heart.
Gotta say thank you for watching today, and you know what? Thanks for watching all year. We do appreciate it because without you, we couldn't do what we do here. We really do mean that. So once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.
Think of all we had. I knew it all then. I thought you loved me, I was wrong. Life goes on. Graduation day. Oh, graduation day.
It's a brand new album. Obviously, a lot of people talking about how the whole theme of romance equals tragedy is through the whole thing. Has the girl that did this to you and who instigated all these songs, has she heard the album yet?
That makes her sound like the villain. She really isn't the villain. It was just kind of life tore us apart and wasn't her fault. I don't think she's heard them because she never really, wasn't a big fan of my singing particularly. You know, she didn't, I'd pick up a guitar and be playing, you know, and I'd try to sing stuff around the house, and she'd pick up a channel changer and turn on TV or start doing a crossword puzzle or something. She didn't really, she was a whole different kind of thing. She was an intellectual is what she was.
So young that you're old again. She walks out through the wind and the rain.
A lot of your songs are described as anthems. And I thought about that, and I realized that you can't set out to write an anthem. What happens is as soon as it hits the marketplace, people embrace it, and you need a lot of fan support in order to make a song an anthem.
I think an anthem is in the eye of the beholder. You know, the thing for me as a songwriter, you know, when people come out and say, you know, Life's a Highway reminds them of the summer of '93, or got them through some really tough times, I mean, that to me is the greatest reward as a songwriter. I don't sit down to write an anthem or write a hit song. I sit down to write songs from my heart and soul and try to express that, and then hopefully people will be able to relate to those songs on their own terms. And that's the most gratifying when I get that feedback.
I'm gonna check my scars at home. Gonna cash my chips and